Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Creations by Julie. I'm Julie. Ed's behind the camera. Let me pull it up here and see if it's actually live so that he can, in case he's not seeing the comments tonight on the iPad, I can give him my phone. Well, welcome back. I missed y'all. We had a great week. In fact, what's so crazy, we were in Branson, Missouri for a conference for a few days, and then we stayed and saw a couple of shows. And I don't know how many of you have been to Branson, but it's a great place to visit. But what is so cool is last Tuesday, a week ago today, it snowed. It was not something they were expecting. We actually had a break between our morning conference and our afternoon or evening conference. And so we went to a great place to eat called Mel's Hard Luck Diner, and it started snowing while we were in there. So that was enjoyable. We actually went back to the room, and I sat there. We had a big picture window, and I sat there and watched it snow, and the flakes would get really big, and then it started sticking. It snowed for what, about 4 hours, Ed? He's not sure. He took a nap, slept through most of it. But thank goodness by the time we got ready to get dressed and get back to our conference that night, it had stopped. So we didn't have to fool with the wet roads. But anyway, who do we have on?
Oh, Teresa, Bishop Hughes, and
He forgot the name. Okay, y'all comment that you're here. Maybe he'll see it. Hopefully he'll see the comments tonight.
I saw it, but you were talking and I didn't want to interrupt.
So hopefully y'all won't see his face tonight. He's been practicing, but we'll see. We're actually going to do things a little bit different tonight because we're going to work on a wreath. And I have most of the base done, but I want to go over some things before we get started and just kind of review. But first, let me say, Karen Hunter actually joined my Magnolia team while I was gone. Thank you so much, Karen. And everybody that joins my team gets this fuzz cloth free. So Karen, I will be getting that in the mail to you Saturday. So we didn't have anything to carry over, and I still, okay.
Yeah, Karen said hi.
But Karen, you'll be getting that in the mail, and who knows, I might get to add this cute little sign to it. Our giveaway this week is going to be this small, I think it's a 5x7. Yeah, 5x7 patriotic sign. Can they see it?
Mm-hmm.
From Personally Yours. And she has some good stuff, and this is what I'm going to slip in an envelope and give to somebody. We're actually going to draw on Friday. So instead of carrying it over to next week, it'll just be easier to end the week. So this will be the giveaway this week. And you know, all you have to do to be eligible for this is to put this on your home page and S-H-A-R-E, hit that little button, share it with your friends on your page, and then come back here to this page, and our word for tonight's going to be patriotic. So just come back and post the word patriotic here. If you don't see that red button at the top that says live, you are watching this on a replay, but you're still eligible for my freebies. But you have to come back to this particular video and put the word patriotic. That tells me that you shared it with your friends on your page.
Jeannie says
Hey Jeannie, it's good to see y'all tonight. Okay, let's just, I think that was the main thing. So let's just kind of go over how I got started on the wreath. And I told y'all that I would let you know where I purchased certain things. All right, the wreath tonight is from the Dollar Tree. It's just your dollar wreath. And remember, I always do my wreaths the same way and get them ready. So you're going to take one of the crossbars and you're going to put a pipe cleaner, just like this. I've used 18 pipe cleaners. Then you're going to come down right under it between bar, say this is bar 1 and 2, and do it there. Do that all the way around on every crossbar. There's 6 of them. Then come back, and in the middle, go to the middle 2 rows and put one right in the center. That didn't go under that row. Under it. And you want it even with this first one here. So put it in the middle like that. You'll end up with 18, ooh, we really went crooked. You'll end up with 18 pipe cleaners, okay? So that's what we did with that to get it 18 pipe cleaners. The mesh I'm using is what they call a border stripe metallic mesh, but it's pretty thin. You see how thin this is? But I really like the border. I actually purchased this from Kringle's Designs, and that's Kringle, like Kris Kringle, Designs with an S, .us. It's not .com, it's .us. You want to be sure and use their code 5050 to get 50% off your entire purchase. But that's where this mesh came from. I have seen it on Craft Outlet, Trendy Tree, the Wreath Shop, any of your major online stores. Okay, and I also took just some cheap red mesh, just red of any kind. Well, I did that together. Let's see if this end is open. Okay, it's open a little bit. So it's just a cheap mesh. So what I did is I cut 20 inches and I did 9 of the ones where I added the red just to make it a little thicker, and I did 9 plain like this, okay? And I've got all of them on except these 3, and we're going to do that in a second. The ribbon that I chose to use tonight actually it's 4 ribbons and came from 4 places. But we're going to use this pretty blue with the white stars. It's 2.5 inches. It came from Craft Outlet. I'm going to use the red with the white stars trimmed in blue, and it actually came from the Wreath Shop. It's 2.5 inches. And then I chose 2 1.5 inch. One of them, this one came from Kringle's Design, same as the mesh. And this one came from Personally Yours. I put her link at the top of this video because I'm using her sign tonight also. So the sign we're going to use, let me reach over here and get it for you. If you saw my post, you saw it. But it's this one. It says, Home of the Free because of the Brave. And all I did to prepare it is add punched holes. Let me find my one pipe cleaner. Add punched little tiny holes in every corner because that's how I want to attach it. So all I did was run a pipe cleaner through those holes and bring it back around and twist it on there. That's how I'm going to attach the sign tonight. Okay? All right, we decided you probably could see what I was doing from a different angle. So I'm going to get up and actually work from the end of the table.
Hand me your phone.
Oh. Got it? Okay. Are you not seeing comments on the iPad?
I wasn't sure.
Okay, so I'm going to get up and work from the end of the table because I think you can see what I'm doing better. And he's going to move the camera just a little bit and zoom in, hopefully. Or he may not need to zoom in tonight because the wreath's pretty big. All right, you can see. I'll give you a second. Close your eyes if you get dizzy.
Hey.
Okay, is that close enough? Do I need to move it?
That's fine.
Okay, because right now I've gotten all of them done except these 3 right here. And pretty much what I did is just every other one had the red on it. So I've got 3 left to do, so I've just got one area. I've got all the top done. I just have this area right here to do. And this one right next to it has the red. So I'm actually, remember this is 20 inches. Oh, I just thought of something. I need a clip. Well, I wouldn't have to have maybe. Let's see. Maybe I can do it without it. Even if you find a clothespin will be okay. I like to just turn the edge of it in. I'm going to set this off for a second. We're going to use a regular ruffle. That clothespin's good. So I'm just going to kind of fold the edge down and put something kind of hard there because these are pretty curly. All right, then I'm going to fold this in in just a little bit, and we're gonna ruffle, just right down the middle. This is your normal ruffle, is what we're doing. And it gets a little tight here, so you just push the others back, put it between those two pipe cleaners, and just twist it a time or two. You want to twist it kind of tight, because we're going to go back and add the ribbon tails and stuff to it. All right, the next one I'm going to use, and I'm just working on the bottom, the top is done, is this red one. And if it doesn't come out exactly, although this did, because there's 12 around the bottom, so see this next one on the bottom has the red, so it'll be that white one. So these are fused together. I cut them at the same time, so they're a little bit fused, but not totally. All right, if y'all have any questions, just put them in there and we'll see if Ed catches them. If not, I will come back after the live and answer anything. But this wreath is what we're going to finish up tonight. Now this makes it a little thick because you've got 2 layers of mesh. So you really have to push it down in there and twist to make sure it stays and does not come undone. When we add our ribbon tails, we're not undoing these. All right, I have one more, and then we will put our sign on. Or just take it, fold it in about an inch or so. And you don't have to do that. I just think it gives it a little bit smoother. And this mesh does catch on everything. Now they make this border mesh in all different colors. But I thought the red, white, and blue was perfect. But it also catches on everything. So this red one, I was afraid it would be too thin if I did not put the red on some of them. So rather than go back and add colored mesh on the top, I just added it on the in with that. All right, so there we've got that, and that is our ruffle, and we're going to go pull all these middle ones down also. I kind of want my sign. If you can tell, this is a pretty tall mesh because it's pretty thick. But I'm just going to pull them all down. Make sure I can find them all. And I'm going to put my sign on first. The signs are ready to go. Okay. All right, you can look and see that's pretty full. That's a pretty full wreath. I'm going to move a little of that because we're going to let our sign.
It's frozen. What's frozen?
Looks like on the phone is frozen. That could be an internet problem. Let's see if it gets, y'all let us know if it comes back. Are we still frozen? Y'all let us know.
Teresa Bishop Hughes says it's frozen, but I saw her, but it's.
Well, this is not. Y'all hang on just a second. It's probably internet problem. You know, this used to not happen at all, but it's happening more and more. We may just have to stop and start all over. Okay, it's back, it looks like. Y'all let me know. Teresa, is it back? Should be a delay, but we're just going to wait a minute and see if it comes back. Okay. I saw my hand, so I think it's back. I'm going to keep going. Okay, she says it's back. Okay, so I'm going to find kind of the center of the sign.
No charge for the intermission.
Yeah, the intermission. Although we didn't go long enough to really be much of an intermission. I'm just going to feed these pipe cleaners through here. And I like to do corner to corner. So I'm going to put that one in first. And then I'm going to come to this one and put it in there. You want to make sure you attach it to the base frame. Okay.
Donna Smith said, I love this wreath.
Yeah, I love the colors. Okay, now I'm going to do the other two sides and then I'll turn it over and actually attach it. But I want to get all those out of the way. Because like I said, I don't want the sign sitting right on top. I do want it to come down a little bit. This is a pretty sign, and like I said, it comes from Lee at Personally Yours. And I put her link at the top of the video. She's got some really neat signs. All right, it's even catching on me. Okay, I'm gonna just turn it over, find my pipe cleaners. I'm not gonna pull it too tight to start with, and I'm just gonna put it around one time and check and see what I need to do, what adjustments I need to make. And if it's good, then I'll fix them all and clip them off. All right, that one's pulled too tight. I'm gonna pull my mesh out a little bit so that the sign kind of goes in there a little. Then I need to loosen that one at the bottom. Sometimes you have to manipulate your mesh a little bit to get the look you're after. All right, after I got this end down, I need to pull it a little tighter right here.
Teresa Hughes says pretty.
Thanks, Teresa. I love 4th of July. I love doing patriotic signs. And I've got some real neat things coming. I'm excited to show y'all. All right, let's double check. That one needs to go a little tighter. I think that one's okay. Because that sign's not going to go anywhere now. Maybe tighten this one. It's always good if you can get it around one of the frames. Just gives it a little extra security. And I will go back and cut off all these. I'll twist them several times and then cut them off. Right now I'm just going to twist them on here and leave them. Then I'll go back and, because this one needs to come out too. Okay. All right. Now we're going to work on putting our ribbon tails and stuff on here. Okay, there should be one right here somewhere. Here and here. And don't worry about, you know, if they're not exactly. That one's a bottom one. There's one. And there's one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I've got 6. All right, what I did, and I pre-cut them so that y'all didn't have to sit. I did these two, the 1.5 inch, I cut at 18 inches because we're going to do half bows with those. Okay, these I cut at 13 inches. So the 2.5 is cut at 13 inches, and I'm going to alternate. I'll do a red, then a blue, and a red and a blue. And, you know, y'all can ask me questions or do what, then we'll add the half bows. But you're just going to have to Watch me do all of them. So I cut 9 of these and 9 of these. And I'm going to go around and do every other. And let's see, I could do these at the same time so y'all can get an idea. I'm going to put, I could do it either way. I think that's the way I'm going to do. I'm going to put these with the stars with the blue. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, they're folded in half. They're 18 inches folded in half. Go about 2 inches up, like we did once before, and make little half bows. Yeah, 2 inches. Put it on there. Give it a good couple of twists, and then come behind it and twist it. At least twice. Then you're going to take your bows. One of them is upside down kind of, so you're going to have to twist it and put it over. So that's what you're going to have. And go ahead and, I'm not going to add any more bling or anything to it. Just these tails. Because I really want the sun to speak for itself. So just clip that off. You're done with it. And tuck it under. And there's your half bow. All right, the next one I'm going to do the red. Fold it in half. Gather it in the middle. These are a little bit thick because the stars are actually painted on. All right, y'all don't forget the word tonight is patriotic. Okay, and then we're going to do this one. Go about 2 inches in, pinch it, do it at least twice, open up your bow, half bow, bring it around behind it, and twist it at least once. Cut it off. Okay, this you have to twist that bottom ribbon. Just give it a twist and it'll come on. Okay, then we're going to go back to the blue, and we're going to do this all the way around and the bottom also, and then we'll be done with it. This one's much thinner because the stars are printed on, they're not painted. Like I said, they came from 2 different places. Just kind of curl your ribbons out. Remember, these are 18 inches and they're folded. And you want to kind of try to get them all about the same. It wouldn't be awful if they weren't, but you don't want one of them huge and one really little. So I know most of you said you kind of like doing it if I do most of it ahead of time and then just tell you how I did the base. And then finish it off in one setting. And I've got something really cute planned for you for Friday. At least I think it's cute. I'll show you at the end.
She spends a lot of time planning.
Yeah. Yep. And playing. All right, it's this one. This one's a little thick too because of that white in the middle. You wouldn't have to do these bows. You could just put another 13-inch ribbon tie on there, and then you could add bling if you wanted to. It's really just a personal preference, what you like. But you've got to twist that other ribbon so that you've got the pretty side on the outside. Let's do the blue. Then we'll do the outside. Got one more on the inside to do. Just put your hands up and under there and curl them a little bit. This ribbon here is kind of a satiny ribbon. I really like the heavier ribbon. Satin is my least favorite to work with. Although this is a little thicker than some of the satin. Of course, it's all wired. I don't use any ribbons on my wreaths that are not wired. Last one on the top, and it's going to be red. By you having an even number, that's why you always want to try to have your pipe cleaners an even number. That gives you the option of alternating like this, and it also gives you the option of like doing one, skipping one. Sometimes I don't put ribbons on all 12 on the outside. You could just do 6 if you wanted to. This one. And if you're real picky, you know where your 6 are here. If you wanted to try to do where they're even around the sign, you could do that if you wanted to. And I'm not really paying attention. I guess I should put the blue on the top. I don't know that it matters. If I decide it does, I'll go back and change them.
Turn the wreath on.
Turn the wreath over. Or you could turn it like this. I ordered roses, foam roses today, y'all, to make a patriotic cross. I think that's what we're going to do next Tuesday if everything comes in. Okay. Turn this one. You understand why I'm having to twist that bottom ribbon, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't see. Okay, so now we're going to start on the bottom. And I can start with this one, with the one right underneath it, but it won't stay that way. So it's really no big deal, but I'll at least start like that. So I'm going to start with the ribbon. Oops, there went my ribbons in the floor. This is the blue, so I'm going to do the red underneath it. But that's just kind of a personal preference. Like I said, you wouldn't have to do all of them. You could do every other one and keep them the same. And some of these will be hid just a little bit, but you're constantly straightening ribbons. If you make too many wreaths, you find yourself looking at wreaths when you go places, and you want so bad to straighten the ribbons. All right, do y'all have any questions? I feel like I'm talking to myself. And I don't have anything to say to myself. You see, if I was going to do every other one, then I could skip this one that's right here. Is that the next one? I believe it is. You got to make sure, though, because I have had to, nope, it's right here. These are kind of close together. So I could,
Karen Hunter says no, looks great.
all right, let me hold it up a minute and see. I'm not sure I want to even do another one right there. Let me see what it looks like if I skip one. Because that one is, there's one. That one is right there. Let's see what happens if I skip. If I don't like it, I can redo it. It's only ribbon. Okay, so let me put a blue in there. This is what you could do too if you're kind of short ribbon, or you know, you want to keep your costs down a little bit. Ribbon is, your signs and your ribbon are pretty expensive. And with the border mesh, I really think it's going to look okay for me to skip and just do every other one. But let me see if that's going to make our numbers come out right after I do this one. You know, I told y'all I always, before I cut all my ribbon, I just cut a couple of pieces and put it in and check and make sure it's the length I want, that I like the way it looks. I had pulled out probably 8 different ribbons I could have used on this. These were just the 4 that I chose, that I like the way they look together. All right, it's caught.
Donna Smith says, good to see y'all. We're watching from Fort Worth. My sister loves this wreath.
Oh, well, good. It'll be in my Etsy shop next week. Okay. Donna, I really was sorry to hear about your mom, but I know you're kind of rejoicing too. We got home late Saturday evening, I guess it was, and to a big limb down in the front yard. But thankful, nothing else. Okay, let's make sure that before I go around that this is going to work out. So I've got red, blue, skip, red, skip, blue, skip, red, skip, blue, skip, red. Yeah, okay. But I really think that's enough color. Because I think if I put one here, it would really overlap and...
Look busy.
Yeah, and you really want to be able to see the red, white, and blue of the mesh. So what I'll do is when I'm done, go back and find all these pipe cleaners that are right here that I skipped and just clip them off. So I think that's what I'll do. Okay, so I'm going to skip this one and I'm going to do red here. I feel bad that y'all, you know, when you do things like this and it's just repetitive over and over and over, but I didn't want to have most of the wreath done either. This one. Yeah, I tell you, we were really surprised to see the snow last week, but it was so nice. And what made it extra nice is we didn't have anything planned. And after we ate, we just went back to our hotel room. We actually met my brother and his wife there. And we just all went back to our hotel rooms and rested till the conference that night. And by then it had quit snowing. So it was so nice. One of the shows we went to see was the new show, Jesus. And it was really cool. And we had really close seats. What were we at? Maybe 4 rows back?
Yeah.
And that was really good, but it was a little distracting too, because you noticed all the little moving parts of it. And there one time they had a ramp that they would raise and lower that the horses and stuff went up on. And they opened up some gates when Jesus was cleaning out the temple and had goats and pigs that came down the ramp. And when they opened up those gates, they were running right towards us, you know. Ed had the aisle seat, and I don't know how you train a goat and a pig to run straight down the aisle to something. I guess you just do it over and over and over. But I mean, they came running down that ramp and off down that aisle they went.
Judy Smith said the wreath is gorgeous.
Thank you. Okay, blue in this one. But we had a really good time. Now we have to get back and do our doctor visits, and I'm hoping to get a date for my cataract surgery. I go Friday, so y'all say a little prayer for me. I'm not real crazy about anybody coming towards my eye with a needle, but I know it needs to be done. I want to make sure I don't skip more than one, because if you do, you got to undo them all. But anyway, we had a good time, and it was really good to get away for a week. We probably would not have gone, but we had bought the tickets to this Jubilee conference last year and didn't go. So we kind of felt like we had to go this time. And they weren't great about social distancing. A couple of the shows we went to were great. There was no one in front of us and no one behind us. They did a good job, but the conference, not quite so much. We sat in the same seats every time, but I think there were different people behind us. But you still had to wear a mask coming in and going out. Okay, let's see. There's one there. I'm going to skip it. This one is...
Judy Smith says, pray for sure.
Thank you, Judy. It's just, I know I need it done, and I'll be thankful that then I can see, I hope. And I've heard it's not that painful, so. My sister-in-law is actually having it done on the 10th of May in Alabama. Okay. I'll play with these ribbons forever and ever, y'all. I'm still playing with them usually when I put it up to take pictures.
Teresa Hughes said, glad y'all back.
Thanks, Teresa. We needed the time away. We got to see our oldest son. We stopped in Tyler on the way and spent the night and took them their Christmas presents because we hadn't seen them since probably, I don't know, October, November of last year. So that was neat to get to see them. But I'm telling you, I think Ed said we drove 1,400 miles. And I'm not a great rider. I don't like traveling. But we took 2 days to get home because as we came back into Texas from Arkansas, the weather was getting really bad. That was Friday night, so we stopped for the night before the storms came in. Didn't want to be driving in that. Okay, hi. This is the last one. Y'all have to tell me what you think. Is that enough color of the blue and red on it? I'll hold it up in a minute. Okay, it's gonna be this one. But we had heat until we got back here Saturday evening. Then it was air conditioning. I felt real crazy when we walked out of our hotel room Saturday morning to start home. Here we had jackets and it had quit raining. But we were in Texas, but we'd been so used to having the heat on and stuff. We walked out of our room and the people next to us was loading their car and they were in shorts. Like, well, we're back in Texas. Okay. So I won't need these. Use those on another wreath. Let's see. Okay, I think that's plenty of color. What do y'all think? Can y'all see it? Let me hold it up a little. And I'll fix these. That's pretty much it. I don't think I need to do anything else to it. That'll make a pretty wreath, and it's about 24 inches, I think. Let me lay it down again. Yeah, 24 inches. Okay, y'all give me some hearts if you like it.
Teresa Hughes says it's beautiful.
I love it.
Donna says it's beautiful.
And see, it really doesn't take that long. Your prep work takes longer than actually putting it together. Like, see, I cut all the mesh and actually put most of it on the thing. Was it Sunday evening or yesterday?
Judy Smith says, love it. You get lots of hearts.
Okay, good. So that was tonight. You see, as you get started, sometimes you don't know for sure. You have an idea of what you want to do, but you don't know for sure until you actually start working with it. But, and it's okay, change your mind. Everybody's a little different. So all I'll need to do now is to go back and so you can hang it any way you want to hang it. I'm going to go back and cut these where I put the sign on. And other than that, that's the back of it. It's good and clean.
Don Smith said, my sister loves it so much you have her buy her.
Okay. Now, I don't know. I'm going to sit back down, Ed. So, if you didn't catch us to start with, this is the sign I'm giving away this week. Of course, you don't want to put a sign this size on a wreath this size, but this would look real cute on any kind of tag. You could just put it on your tiered tray, but it's got the sticker. It's personally yours. Made it. And it's a pretty little country sign. So that's what we're giving away this week. Just use the word patriotic. You have from now till Friday afternoon about 3 o'clock, and then I will cut it off and we'll draw Friday night before we come back on. We'll draw a winner, and that's what the freebie will be. Okay, now let me show you what I've got in store for you on Friday night. We are going, and I put these on the website today, not these particular gnomes, but I'm offering a kit to where you will get, and I didn't bring one in here, but you will get a 8-inch board already painted white that Ed cut. I've already cut a white beard for your gnome, and you will get the nose. As for what you do with the hat will be up to you. This is just scrapbook paper, but they stand up. See, they stand alone. And then I did this one. This beard's not white, and it came from Hobby Lobby, and I don't have enough of it to do the kits. But I used just cloth and tied it around and made a 4th of July gnome. So I'm going to show you what I did and show you different options, but the kit is available in my shop now for like $9.95. And like I said, you get 3 pieces. You get the wood that I've already painted. You can paint it a different color. You can do whatever. But you'll get the wood, the little nose, and the beard already cut to size to fit. I measured the width, and you can always trim these a little bit if you want to. But I'm going to show you how to make them Friday night. So that's what we're going to do. Friday night will be the gnomes. So that wasn't bad at all. 45 minutes to make a wreath. That wasn't too bad. So I really appreciate y'all coming on and giving me a little bit of your time. I hope you learn a little something. I was tickled to death on vacation. I kept pulling up messages and seeing all the pretty flowers that everybody was making. And, you know, because I've spent a good bit of time just this week searching for new things for y'all, and I've come up with several really cute ideas that we're going to do. But the flowers were just awesome, and Brenda and her sister, and they took them to friends, and Paula Reiki actually had me make a few before I left. We had a Singing Women meeting on Saturday at our church, and I think she put one in everybody's gift bag and stuff. So
Donna said only 45 minutes. Wow.
yeah, of course now I had part of it done too. Like I said, your prep work, but if you're just doing it for fun, do it a little along, because wreathing should be fun. And that's what I want to keep it that way. I don't want it to ever be a chore and stuff. Normally I don't do custom wreaths because I don't know for sure what I'm going to do with a wreath until I get started on it. Okay, well, I'm going to let y'all go for tonight. What?
Jeannie said your gnomes are cute.
Thanks, Jeannie. I like them. You could do them different sizes, but I didn't want to offer all the different sizes. These will fit in a padded envelope and make shipping better. So I just told Ed to cut 8 inches and I paint them. They're made out of pine, so, but it's just an open slate for you to do whatever you want to with them. I kind of like my little pink one with her glitter and her bling. But I'm on the lookout now for some, I have some bumblebee paper, so I'm on the lookout for some sort of button of a bumblebee or something. So that's what we're going to do Friday, and I'll see y'all at 6:30. What's so funny?
Donna said, my sister's so impressed, and she loves Ed reading your comments.
I appreciate Ed doing it too. Tell her to go back on my page, like and follow my page, although I don't think it's like anymore. Facebook is so crazy, y'all. Now they're just counting hearts and they're counting followers. They're not, you don't like a page, you need to follow it. It's craziness. But tell her to go back and look at one of my first videos and stuff. And in fact, I believe on Tuesday night before we left last week, he did another flip, to where you see about this much of his face. So, but we want to keep it fun. We want to keep it real. And I want to continue to teach y'all to do things. I would love to see anything that y'all do. Send me pictures and let me look at them. But Donna, tell your sister hello and tell her to like my page, and she can follow me every Tuesday and Friday. We'll do something different. So I will see y'all Friday night at 6:30. Bye.